Eddie Donnelly, FMBA president, 25-year firefighter, Union Township. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us today, sir.
Thanks for having me, Max.
So, why do you back Mikey Sherrill for governor?
So it was simple. It was real simple. New Jersey's going to have some complex issues that one of these governors, future governors, are going to have to deal with. Specifically, pensions, health care, an administration at the federal level that may claw dollars back to New Jersey. We believe that Mikey Sherrill, her views, her track record of working with us in Congress for the past 8 years have been solid 100%, and we believe that will transition into her gubernatorial term, where she's going to have to be making some tough decisions, and I know that we'll be at the table to make those decisions with her.
You were an early backer of Mikey
Yes,
Sherrill's, very early, one of the first significant organizations in the state to support her.
Yep.
What gave you that confidence level when you looked at her as a leader?
So we have a very transparent way of doing endorsements in the FMBA, and it wasn't just Eddie Donnelly. We brought all of the candidates, their track records, their pros and their cons, and we had multiple meetings with not only our executive board and legislative committee, but with all of our delegates. And we came up with the fact early on, very early on, that the one person that we can count on 100% was Mikey Sherrill. And Max, it was a tough decision, because I'll be honest with you, the 9 folks on both sides of the aisle, we have relationships with every one of them. I have every one of their cell phone numbers in my phone. So it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. There was a lot of dialogue, a lot of talk back and forth with our membership. We ultimately landed on Mikey. We were successful in the primary, and I feel really good that we're going to be successful on November 4th.
Democrats have had a hard time over the last couple of years, last few years, and certainly in the last election, connecting with working class male voters. What do you tell your members or friends who might be hesitant to back a Democratic candidate?
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a conversation that we had, and this is what I say. Social issues are your social issues. We in the FMBA do not tell our members who to vote for at that voting booth. But what we do, and what you elect me to do, is to go out there and vet the candidates. You elect me and our executive board to go out there, meet with these folks, make sure that they are right and squared away on the issues that are important to us. And that's what we did. And we went out there, and I brought it back. I mean, if I can go the other way a minute, the other candidate has been in elected office for decades, either in elected office or trying to reach elected office, and his track record is horrible for labor. Whether he was a freeholder and tried to merge police departments with no concern for collective bargaining agreements, whether he was an assemblyman and on the floor spoke so viciously against police officers and firefighters, or whether he was a gubernatorial candidate the past 2 times where he outright came out and said pensions and benefits need to be reformed. They're too rich. He's a private sector kind of guy. He's a management kind of guy. His moral compass is not in line with labor in New Jersey.
Now, when you say that he spoke viciously against firefighters and police officers, was that on the caps?
Yes, sir. So it was on the 2% arbitration cap, which we all know why police and fire get that arbitration cap, binding interest arbitration, because we do not have the ability to strike. We do not have the ability to strike in New Jersey, and that was something the legislature decades ago gave us as a little bit of a bonus to say, hey, you can't strike, we're going to give you binding interest arbitration. Not only did he want to re-up it, what Christie put that cap on it, he wanted to make it permanent. And then he went on to talk about our salaries, and there's more dangerous jobs out there. Like, you don't make those comments and then 8-10 years later have a completely different view on our job and what we do.
This Republican Party, the National Archives of the Trump administration, the Donnelly campaign, have gone after the service record of Mikey Sherrill. Now, you're a public servant, 25 years in. What's your reaction to what you saw coming out of the Donnelly campaign and the Trump administration's efforts to try to talk about Mikey Sherrill's service record?
Yeah, it's dirty, Max. dirty politics is what they did there. You have a woman that went to the Naval Academy, graduated from the Naval Academy, came out of the Naval Academy, was a prosecutor, finished that up, became a congresswoman, never a blemish on anything. And not only did they unseal records wrongly, but they put her family out there. And listen, I've been in this business a long time, and one thing that we know is we may disagree and we may debate and we may argue, but we never bring family into the situation. That's off hands. You don't do that. You have a problem with a certain person, you deal with that person. You do not bring family into this, and that's what they did, and that is dirty.
You have a connection with the Navy yourself, or your family does?
Yes, sir.
How so?
My father was a Navy veteran.
And you came into this firefighting business through the plumbing business. You were with your father. Your father was a plumber, is that correct?
Yes, family business. I came out of high school and went to work with my father in the family plumbing business.
When you look at what Mikey Sherrill could do for firefighters and your union members, what is it that you think she'll be able to accomplish in the face of this federal government, which appears to be attacking public workers at a rapid rate?
Yeah, I think Mikey's experience in Congress is going to be exceptional as she takes over the governorship here. She'll be able to bring that experience that she had in Washington to New Jersey to learn. She already knows the ins and outs on how that stuff kind of works, and I think that that's going to be very, very helpful to her in making sure that we deal with an administration that may try and do those things. I mean, we can see what's going on now with the shutdown and hundreds of thousands of federal workers out of work. You know, I lay in bed at night and I just think of these people that, you know, are not getting a paycheck, they're furloughed, how they paying their rent or their mortgage, how they sending their kids to school, to the doctor, whatever. Just terrible. And I believe that she represents everything against what is happening down there in Washington.
What is the gravest threat in your judgment coming from this administration right now?
From federal administration?
Yes.
Yeah, the gravest threat is going to be those dollars that are clawed back. They're going to be those dollars. You know, any cuts to Medicare and health benefits and all that will have grave effects on our members. But those dollars that our congressional delegation has done such a great job over the years, have been able to bring dollars back to New Jersey, which have saved lives, Max. You know, we put firefighters on the street through a SAFER grant. AFG grants are a godsend because they allow us the opportunity to use federal dollars to get tools and training that we need to be able to protect our residents and visitors and keep ourselves safe while doing it. So we got to make sure that those dollars don't dry up. We got to make sure that they're there because it's vital for a fully staffed New Jersey fire service.
A month to go in this election. It's going to be a turnout election.
Yep.
To what extent are your members involved in the GOTV operation, A? And B, what do you see in terms of a coordinated campaign on the Mikey Sherrill side?
Yeah, I'm feeling it, Max. I really am. You know, with less than 30 days to go, I think this is where it's really ramping up. I can tell you right now that my members are energized. We are involved with GOTV in certain counties and with other labor organizations, which I'm real proud of that we're working together with other labor organizations. The coordinated is firing on all cylinders. I think that, you know, we're in a really, really good place. I really do. I think that it's all coming together, which we all know happens in these last few weeks of the campaign.
And last question, what do you want to remind voters of who might be undecided heading toward November 4th?
I'll say this. I like to think that most New Jersey people still respect their firefighters and love their firefighters. Your firefighters are behind Mikey Sherrill. We would like you to be behind Mikey Sherrill as well, because she is what's right for New Jersey.
Eddie Donnelly, FMBA president. Thank you for your time today,
Thanks,
sir.
Max.
Thank you, sir.